Today on MTG Unpacked, we're going back to September 2016 with the Kaladesh Nissa Nature's Artisan Planeswalker deck. So we haven't actually reviewed these on the channel before, although if you go back to yesterday's video, you'll see the Chandra deck. We got a pretty nice pull there from one of the packs. So let's take a look here. So we get a Nissa Nature's Artisan foil. Also get a ready to play 60 card deck, 2 Kaladesh 15 card boost pack, strategy insert and quick reference cards. So let's get stuck into it. And we have Nissa here to do the pack blessings. Hopefully that will get us the crazy pulls we're looking for. Okay, so let's get stuck into it. And were you playing Magic around the time this came out? I actually didn't start until Almond Kits, so fairly recently. So I'm looking forward to going back, checking out some of this older stuff here. Okay, so we have a very nice deck box here, Nissa. And let's take a look at the foil. It's a mythic. So we have Nissa Nature's Artisan, Planeswalker Nissa, 5 loyalty, 4/6 mana. What is it? +3. I thought it was +1. +3, you gain 3 life. -4, reveal the top 2 cards of your library. Put all land cards from among them onto the battlefield and rest into your hand. -12. Holy crap. Creatures you control get +5/+5 and gain trample until end of turn. Alright, so that would be a big game finishing move you'd want to use there. Okay, let's dig in and we will do the pack blessing momentarily. Okay, so this is how we do it, like so. We'll set those aside for later. We got the usual quick reference card. That's pretty much in all of these decks. Nothing too exciting there. And here we have a nice fold out, Nissa Nature's Artisan. So she's an elf. And dealing with the giant creatures, playing the deck. Bit about boosting the deck, so after you've played it a while they recommend pumping things up with what you get from the packs or trading with your friends. So there is the deck itself, and a bit about Nissa Ravain. So she is one of the Planeswalker characters in the game, and that's the one we had a look at yesterday. So let me know in the comments what you think of the Chandra deck and whether you prefer this one or not. Or maybe you don't know yet. We'll see at the end of the video. Okay, so I like to take a look at the lands at the beginning, get that out of the way so we know what we're dealing with. Oh, this seems to be an energy deck. See a couple of little hints there. And by the way, these are not standard legal in the current standard format. These are from quite a few years back. So let's get started. We have a Woodland Stream, enters battlefield tapped. You can tap it for green or blue, but I will say they should be quite fun nevertheless. You'd probably want to pick up both of them if you wanted to play them against each other. So we have 4 of those. Forests. $11 of those. And 8 islands. Okay, so bit of a mix there. And this guy, have fond memories of him. Bristling Hydra, creature Hydra, 4/3 for 4. When he enters battlefield, you get 3 energy, and you can pay 3 energy, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and give it hexproof until end of turn. That was a particularly nasty ability of the energy decks. Next up we have Ether School Ancient Creature Leviathan, 6/6, 4/7 mana with flying. At the beginning of your upkeep you get 3 energy and you pay, what is that, 8 energy. Return all other creatures to their owner's hands. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Next up we got another rare here, Verdant Crescendo, sorcery for 4. Search your library for a basic land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Search your library and graveyard for a card named Nissa Nature's Artisan. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. So obviously this one goes with the foil we just had a look at there. So we get a couple of those. Next we have a Riparian Tiger. Creature cat 4/4 for 5 mana with trample. When it enters battlefield, you get 2 energy. When it attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So if you're not familiar with the energy mechanic, it's like another resource you can use in the game to pump creatures up or do various other things. And next we have Thriving Turtle. When he enters battlefield, you get 2 energy, and whenever it attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So he's a 0/3 for a single blue. Get a couple of those. Long Tusk Cub. Here's another favorite of the energy decks. Creature cat 2/2 for 2. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get 2 energy, and you can pay 2 energy, put a +1/+1 counter on Long Tusk Cub. So these things would get absolutely huge. A lot of fun. Next we have Sage of Shayla's Claim. Creature Elf Druid 2/1 for 2. When it enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy. So just keep building up those energy supplies. Servant of the Conduit. Creature Elf Druid 2/2 for 2. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy, and you can tap, pay 1 energy, and add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So that was useful for mana fixing if you didn't have the mana you needed of the right color. So we get 2 of those. Terrain Elemental. Creature Elemental 3/2 for 2. Like a lower end creature. So 4 of those. Thriving Rhino. Creature Rhino 2/3 for 3. When he enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. And whenever it attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So if you're not familiar with Magic, the green is often associated with giant creatures. You just keep pumping them up, make them have incredible power and toughness. Next we have Janji Sentry. Creature Vidalcan Soldier 2/3 for 3. When it enters battlefield, you get 2 energy. Tap, pay 2 energy, and you may tap or untap target artifact or creature. So you can either use it for removal or to untap your guys. Next we have Imperial Voyager. Creature Vidalcan Scout 2/3 for 3 with flying and trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you get that many energy counters. Alright. Next we have Guardian of the Great Conduit. Creature Elemental 2/4 for 4 with reach. As long as you control a Nissa Planeswalker, Guardian of the Great Conduit gets +2/+0 and has Vigilance. So we're probably... oh, we only got 3 of those. And this one, this is a bit of a joke card actually, but some people may find it very incredible. I don't know. Longfin Sky Whale. Creature Whale 4/3 for 4 with flying. It can block only creatures with flying. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that iOS game Whale Trail. You got this flying whale. Totally ridiculous. Next we have Arborback Stomper. Creature Beast 5/4 for, what is that, 5 mana with trample. Enters battlefield, you gain 5 life. Okay, so that is nice. Oh, this one, Attune with Ether. Sorcery for a single green, search your library for basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your library. You get 2 energy. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this one was banned in standard at some point. So 3 of those. Appetite for the Unnatural, instant for 3. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, you gain 2 life. A couple of those. Malfunction Enchantment Aura for 4. Enchant artifact or creature. When it enters battlefield, tap enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. So a nice way of locking up an opponent's creature. So there we are, 2 of those. Okay, so that is the deck. Pretty much what I was expecting, although there was a lot more energy mechanic use there than I was thinking. So a lot of green creatures, and then you have some blue there for handling other things, locking up creatures and so forth. So let's get stuck into the packs. Hopefully we get some goodies today. We start off with a Ruinous Gremlin. Get a load of this guy. These get up to all sorts of mischief. Eddie Trailhawk, Weldfast Wingsmith, Spontaneous Artist, Ambitious Etherborn. Attune with Ether. We got another one there. Don't really need it. Tezzeret's Ambition, Dund Operative, Nanam Cobra, Propeller Pioneer, and Uncommon's Shrewd Negotiation, Underhanded Designs, Diabolic Tutor, and the rare is Wildest Dreams. Sorcery 4X, X and a green. Return X target cards from your graveyard to your hand, exile Wildest Dreams. Okay, so that could be useful in this deck. An island and a Thopter token. See if we can get another Thopter or a Servo. Like I said in the previous video, I ended up with so many of those, it was ridiculous. Okay, next we have Revolutionary Rebuff, Spireside Infiltrator, Tasseled Dromedary, Colourful Camel, Aether Theorist, Thriving Rhino, so that one could go in the deck as well. Subtle Strike, Dakara Peafowl, Torch Gauntlet, Foundry Screecher, uncommons, Engineered Might, Bomet Bazaar Barge, and vehicles were a thing. The Chandra deck had a ton of vehicles. So if vehicles aren't really your thing, you'd probably want to stick with this one. Janjeet Sentry, and a Mythic Metallurgic Summonings, enchantment for 5. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create an XX colorless construct artifact creature token, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. And for 3 and 2 blue, exile this, return all instant and sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only if you control 6 or more artifacts. Very nice. And a foil rare Skyship Stalker. Not bad at all. Creature Dragon, 3/3 for 4. And I say not bad, but the value is probably not there these days. But anyway, flying, pay a red. It gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Or you can pay a red, give it first strike until end of turn. Or you can give it haste until end of turn. Nice foiling there. And a swamp. And a servo token. Yes, that's what we were after the whole time. Okay, so pretty cool. We got a mythic in this video and a mythic in the Chandra video. Let me know what you think of this deck. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button for more Magic the Gathering unboxings. And be sure to tap the notification bell to be notified as soon as new videos are released. Thanks for watching and have a great day.